Good day, planet Earth. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy holidays. Happy joy, right? Good day, everybody. I was so glad I found like a holiday themed version of that. Well, welcome in, everybody, bright and early, for me, anyways. That did not work. Sorry about that. What the heck? I just totally messed my headset up. Oh, technical difficulties this morning, guys. Sorry about that. Spotify didn't want to listen. All right, so as we've been starting for the last, well, since the first, we're doing an advent calendar every morning. My grandma got me this a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to do it with her because she, passed away. She got it for me at Christmas and then she passed away in September, so it was a little hard to do it that year, but it's been a year since that now, so um, another viewer, Lady Tixter, had lost her grandfather, which reminded me. I was like, oh man, I forgot to ever do that Advent calendar. It was perfect. I hate to say perfect timing, but everything happens for a reason, right? Her loss brought good memory to me, and I was able to cheer her up, and it gave me the idea to actually do this. I hadn't done an Advent calendar. Oh my God, and I can't even remember the last time I did one. I mean, I was certainly probably a little kid just eating the chocolates, not even caring about the day. But anyway, they're just a little story every morning. I I expected them to be a little more like a mini comic book or something. They're a little low on the age range. So even though it says 18 plus, if you've got a little kiddo, this is the only time they'll be allowed to come in for a story time. You can have them watch the first 10 minutes here, but after that, it's 18 plus. All right. All right, guys. So we're on day 9. We're on day 9. So let's see if we can find day 9. We did day 8 yesterday, and yesterday's honestly was like the worst one that we've had so far. There's number 9 right there. There it is. I don't know if you guys can see the whole thing there. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Very cool idea. So each one has its own little story. All right. A flurkin. What's a flurkin? The case of the missing flurkin. Chewy is Carol Danvers' pet. Flurkin. Oh, the flurkin, the cat. Duh. I got it now. But one day Chewy goes missing. Can Captain Marvel track down the old arch enemy that will lead her to Chewy? Let's find out. Let's find out. So bear with me, guys. Again, these are a little low on the age range, probably for like 5 to maybe 10, maybe even less, but still fun. Still fun. And rest in peace, Grandma. I love ya. And sorry, guys, I got something stuck in my throat. I don't mean to keep clearing my throat right in your guys' ears. I'm sorry about that. Let me. Oh, it'll be so nice when I have just a knob I can turn. Okay, it was a beautiful day in Lower Manhattan. Carol Danvers was enjoying her usual morning routine. She grabbed the newspaper, flipped to the funny pages, poured herself a bowl of cereal, and reached over to pat Chewy's head. But Chewy wasn't there. Chewy is Carol's pet Flurkin and looks just like a cat. Chewy, Carol called. Breakfast time! But Chewy was nowhere to be found. Is she hiding? Carol thought. Maybe she fell asleep between the sofa cushions. After searching her flat, Carol began to worry. Maybe Chewy got out. Like I said, little low on the age range, but the artwork is really good. The artwork is really good. considering what the stories are. Carol was worried. Where could Chewie have gone? Did someone take her? Suddenly, she noticed the file on the table. Moonstone. Her old arch-nemesis had recently popped back up, and always had it out for Carol. In fact, Moonstone had disguised herself as Carol before. Maybe she tricked Chewie into leaving with her. I actually have that action figure of Moonstone mimicking Carol Danvers. Held on to that one. Carol changed into her Captain Marvel suit and prepared to begin the search for Moonstone. But more eyes were always helpful on a mission. Let's see who might be available, she said to herself. Captain Marvel decided to call her pal James Rhodey Rhodes, otherwise known as War Machine. Nice. She rocketed off to Avengers Tower, where War Machine was working. Making sure I get it lined up there so you guys can see. Definitely some cool artwork. Let's see, they got Falcon, Rocket, Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, and War Machine that she's calling. She ends up going with Rhodey. This should be interesting. All right. Rhodey was in a super boring meeting when Captain Marvel flew up to the top floor window to get his attention. I need your help on a mission to rescue Chewie, she told him. You sure she's not, in your sweater drawer or something? Rhodey asked. Captain Marvel shook her head. Moonstone has stolen Chewie. She was sure of it. Rhodey agreed to help, and they flew off to solve the case of the missing Flurkin. Rhodey in a boring mission. Of course, who doesn't go to their board meeting mission in their War Machine armor? You'd think he might just wear a suit to the meeting, but no, he's full War Machine armor, just chilling in his flipping board meeting chair. Yeah, what's up, boss? Really? Do we really need to do this meeting? That's funny to me. All right. Carol knew that Moonstone would make it hard for her to find Chewie. Moonstone wouldn't hide just anywhere, even if she was still on Earth. War Machine looked around the top of Mount Everest while Captain Marvel searched the bottom of the ocean. They met up again in the Sahara, but neither of them found Chewie. Maybe she's not on Earth at all, Captain Marvel. Space is big, War Machine commented, but Captain Marvel wasn't worried. I have lots of friends, she said. There's War Machine at the top of Mount Everest and Marvel at the bottom of the ocean. Did I point to the wrong one? Yeah, I did. Keep forgetting everything's backwards on the camera. All right. We'll get it down. We'll get it down. The two heroes traveled to a bunch of different star systems and asked everyone if they had seen Chewie, but nobody knew anything about Moonstone kidnapping Cat or Flurkin, and nobody knew where Moonstone could be hiding. Starting to look like Star Wars there a little bit. Almost there. Captain Marvel even asked the Guardians of the Galaxy over a game of ping pong. Huh? I don't know nothing, Rocket confessed. I don't even like Flurkins. Captain Marvel couldn't believe it. She was back to square one. Finally, Captain Marvel noticed a cluster of black holes in a relatively empty quadrant of the Milky Way galaxy. Those weren't there before, she exclaimed. The only person I know who can create black holes like that is Moonstone. What are we waiting for? Rhodey said. There's the card game with the Guardians. I don't even like Flurkins. Or ping pong, not a card game, but. And there we see the black holes. Awful simplified there. All right. Uh, Maybe the last one here. This looks like another maybe continued story. Rhodey used his navigational skills to pilot them to Moonstone's lair, hidden on an asteroid between the black holes. The heroes burst in and confronted Moonstone. Where's my cat? I mean, Flurkin, Captain Marvel yelled. Moonstone leaped up and immediately blasted a laser beam at her old enemy. Birds!